Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Rainbow Six Siege Operator Guide. In this video we're going to be discussing Maverick, an attacking operator from the GSUTR-CTU. He can wield the AR-1550 or the M4 assault rifle as his primary weapon. As his only secondary, he can bring the 1911 Tacop's handgun into the siege. And as his gadget, you can pick between stun grenades or a claymore. Before we continue the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out and it makes sure you always have some siege videos to watch, so why not just go ahead and do it. With that out of the way, let's begin. First up, let's talk about the AR-1550. This weapon is technically an AR, but with a few differences from others in the game. For example, it can only be shot in single fire mode, meaning you can't just rush in and spray people. You're going to need to be careful, accurate, and aim for the head. As for its stats go, it's more like a marksman rifle, so I'm just going to compare it to those instead of the assault rifles. The AR-1550 does slightly below average damage with a normal single shot fire rate of all marksman rifles, and an average magazine capacity of 10 rounds. Finally, the recoil isn't that bad. After a few matches you should have it dialed in, and if you want even better recoil control, just go ahead and throw on a muzzle brake and a grip and it'll be even easier. It'll be a dream. In addition to that, you can actually fire 4 bullets into soft breaching areas like walls or floors and create a decent sized hole, so it has some utility too. Next up, we have the M4 assault rifle. It's your standard AR dealing average damage with an average fire rate and having an average magazine capacity of 30 rounds. The recoil is also pretty hefty. It's not the worst we've seen, but it's pretty bad. I think it's definitely going to have to take a few matches and a grip to be deadly accurate. And that pretty much sums up this weapon. It's average in every way. I've heard people refer to the M4 as the worst R4C, and I have to say that's right. Since it's a full auto AR, try to aim for the head in every case, but if you can't, just unload into an enemy's chest and you should put them down pretty easily. As his only secondary weapon, we have the 1911 Tacop's handgun. It deals slightly above average damage and has below average magazine capacity of 8 rounds. To make it short and sweet, it's your average handgun. Aim for the head if you can, or if you're switching to it when you're out of ammo in your primary, just empty into the enemy. Also, like most handguns, the recoil is almost non-existent and you should have no problem landing your shots. As for his gadget, it's up to you. Take stun grenades if you want to help rush or if you want edge in a firefight, or a claymore to protect yourself from roamers or to cover your sides. Now for the best part of a new operator, their special ability. Maverick comes equipped with the Series Breaching Torch. This high-powered torch comes with 5 tanks of fuel and can melt its way through pretty much anything, including both regular and reinforced walls and hatches. When using the torch, there are a few important things to note. When you're burning a hole into any surface, you need to do it with the correct speed. If you burn too quickly, you won't heat the surface enough to actually punch through. If you burn too slowly, you'll create holes, but you'll be wasting a lot of your fuel in the process. It takes a few matches, but once you really dial in the speed, you can be much more effective as a Maverick. Other than creating holes in enemy reinforcements, the breaching torch has many more uses. For example, it can destroy basically any deployable. This includes deployable shields, barbed wire, bulletproof cameras, Valkyrie's cameras, Maestro's evil eyes, Frost's welcome mats, and Mira's black mirrors, if the support pins are burned. And there are many more tactics you can utilize by using your torch. You can create holes large enough to crouch walk through if you need a way in or your team is lacking a heart breacher, but this will use a huge portion of your fuel, so it's kind of a waste. Other than that, I suggest making smaller holes that create sneaky sightlines that can catch the defenders off their guard. For example, I like to use Maverick as a flanker. If my team is mostly breaching from one side, I'll run to the other and let them breach. While the defenders are busy taking cover from my team, I burn 1 or 2 tiny holes in a reinforced wall. This can definitely lead to a few kills and it'll make it much harder for the defenders to watch every angle your team has on them. But be warned, these holes work both ways. Once you burn a hole into a wall, you need to be careful because the defenders can just as easily fire back at you. You can also burn a line at the bottom of any wall and place down a claymore. This can net you some easy kills since most defenders won't be expecting to find a claymore in just some random wall. Just try to place them down in spots you know they won't be looking. Using the same strat of burning a line down low, you can easily take out any bandit charges or mute jammers that might be giving your team a hard time. And the hole has the added benefit of ensuring they can't replace the charge or jammer, since you can just shoot it again or shoot the defender placing it down. This arguably makes it better than Thatcher's EMP grenades, since those can be bandit tricked and the defenders can just safely replace the device. And lastly, you can actually damage defenders with a torch. It deals about 2 damage if you just tap the fire button with the torch, but if you empty the entire tank into a defender, it can deal quite a good amount of damage. But you'll just waste an entire tank, and if you can burn them with a torch, you can probably just land a melee. Moving on, we have the combos and counters. Let's start off with the combos. Maverick can combo well with most operators since any operator can shoot through the holes he creates, but there are a few operators he combos especially well with. The first one is glass. Maverick can create a tiny hole that glass can easily see through and shoot through. This creates a sightline that is extremely hard for the defenders to challenge, since if they peek, glass can just dome them. The next ones are thermite and hibana. Maverick can create holes and take out gadgets that deny their abilities, so Maverick can clear the bandit charges and mute jammers to make thermite and hibana's lives much easier. And that's about it for the combos. Next, who counters Maverick? And the answer is pretty much anyone. No operator can directly counter his torch with their abilities since mute jammers and bandit charges do absolutely nothing, but while Maverick has his torch out, he's extremely exposed to attack. So the easiest way to kill Maverick is to kill him through a hole that he literally just burned or is currently burning, or flank him while he's using his torch. Other than that, you just have to find him and shoot him when you can. And that's about it for this video. I want to hear from you guys. Do you like Maverick? Will you be maining him? And what do you think about Operation Grim Sky so far? I don't know, so let me know down in the comments below. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more amazing Rainbow Six Siege content. I'm the Battlemoon, and I will see you in the next siege.